want to thank the DNX people for having me here for the second time, because this is really an adventure for me to be in front of all these people. I don't know, 200, 300, 400, 500? I'm bad with numbers, actually. And yeah, I'm always a bit nervous, and it gets my adrenaline pumping and my heart rate up, so my pulse is at, I don't know, really high. Who else of you is really nervous speaking in front of a lot of people? Okay, a few people, thank you for sympathizing. At other talks, they ask you to turn your phone off. I need at least one of you to keep your phone on, just in case I fall off stage. It's not a stunt, it's not a gimmick, it's me having a heart attack. And so please keep your phones on, okay? Actually, let's check out. Can you please get up, just for the reconnection to all of you? Please get up, thank you. Now I have this great introduction with music. Can you please give me some music to show? Okay, let's just jump a little bit. Please shake out. Thank you. Help me shake out my nervousness. Thank you. Feels so good at this thing. Okay, good. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Now you're so much more connected. Maybe one more thing, maybe you can repeat after me. It feels great. To be alive. Okay, now we're really connected. Thank you. Okay, I was asked to speak on a hell of a ride in adventures in social entrepreneurship and testing the waters of social entrepreneurship. And this journey and this hell of a ride has begun with entrepreneurship and has led me to places where I didn't think I would ever go. And I'm going to try to relate this story to you through my personal way. But since I know that you're all into personal development and this kind of stuff, in the end you will have some things to take away and some things to act on, some 10 key learnings that I had on this way. So I give you that as well. Just to give you an impression, this is in 2012 in the Iranian desert close to Afghanistan and Pakistan. And we were out of water. I was cycling with my friend Eric, and we got picked up by the Iranian military. And you know, when they stopped, this guy who actually had this Gatling gun mounted there before, this is the thing that you maybe know from Rambo action movies, this kind of thing. I was like, where the hell on earth am I, and how did I get here, you know? So this was part of the journey, one of the places where I didn't imagine myself to be in. On that day, I was just kind of reflecting back on the way. So, what are my intentions with this talk? I want you to kind of hopefully inspire you to follow your own dreams, to help you juice up your life maybe starting today if you take the decision to do so. I want to help you increase your subjectively experienced lifespan by roughly 25%. Okay, 25%, I made that up. I just thought it sounded cool. Maybe it's 1%, but you know how small children, when they're maybe 3 years old or when you were 6 years old, the summer vacation, it took so long. You thought like, man, it's taking really long to grow up. Do you have this experience? Okay, I had that too, because I was like, if growing up like takes this long, is there another speed bump? And then as you grow older, life just kind of passes you by, you know, and maybe you sit in the office and you think, where did all these years go? And I experienced that going on these adventure trips and also challenging myself and stepping out of my comfort zone. This kind of made time, it stretched time. So 3 months of adventure would feel like 2 or 3 normal years. Did you have this experience, like when you were in something completely new and it kind of seemed to stretch time out? Anyone? Okay. So you can do this, and I encourage you to do this by going on adventures and trying new things. And I encourage you to seek your why and make a difference, because we all celebrate being on the way to becoming digital nomads. And for a lot of us, that means being digital entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs. And being an entrepreneur means providing value to someone, because you have customers, right? So you want to solve a problem or present a solution. And I challenge you to ask yourself, okay, what do I want to give back? How can I actually help people? How can I have a positive impact on other people's lives through my business? And that is one of the intentions that I have with this talk. So it's not, you don't have to build a social business in that sense, but build build a business that makes sense, that makes someone's life better, that inspires someone, that helps someone solve a problem or present a solution. Okay, possible side effects, you might hate your job afterwards and kick your bosses behind, and yeah. So chapter 1, escaping cubicle land and adjusting the trajectory, just to let you know how I got there, and try to keep this short. I grew up, as most of us do, with the expectation to grow up, be realistic, get a job, and yeah, this kind of thing, the story that we're told normally, right? But then, at some point, latest in university, I started realizing, man, it's a trap. They're trying to trap us. Don't grow up, don't do it. You know, stay unrealistic in a way. I remember my brother, he was 4 years old, maybe 6 years old, I don't recall. And he wanted to build a tunnel from the local kindergarten to the United States. But I was already a little more grown up, 4 years older, 10, so you cannot do that. You know? And we just see how we become conditioned into believing that it's not possible. But maybe it is, you know? So, it's a trap. Don't go there. Stay unrealistic. And this is where it leads to. It leads right into the rat race. And I went to business school to learn how to start a business. That is what I wanted to do after staying in the United States and in Honduras for a year. But they don't teach you that in business school. They teach you how to work for someone else and go into the rat race and go like this. And then you have a short weekend, and then you go again. At least for a lot of us. And maybe some of you love your job, and that's great. But for me, I worked 3 months in an internship, and I would get so stressed out. I actually started having hair loss back here and back there. You know, you're like 22 years old, you're having this hair loss, nervous hair loss. This is not healthy. This is really not healthy. So I escaped this only by this bit. And it happened through surrounding myself with people that were on the way of starting a business. And I realized, okay, after this education, brainwashing that leads me right into the rat race, where I have to work all my life, 30 years just to drive a fancy car, I don't want that. And I realized that, okay, then I have to look for my own education. And this came through other people who were on the way to start their own business, and it came through books. Now I wanted to ask some of you who had read the 4-Hour Workweek, but I think by now it's been like almost like 99% of you who didn't read it. Okay, go get it. And actually there's a German book, it's called Kopfschläg Kapital, and it's been a game changer for me back then, because it made me realize, okay, you can start your own business. It might be hard, but it's possible, and it's doable for everyone, and you don't need a lot of money. And that was great. And I also met a lot with a friend of mine, Bastian. He was also starting his own business, and while I was writing on our business plan, he was doing his project, and I was just over broke. I didn't have money at that time really. I stayed with my mom, and I would just try to make month to month ends meet, and I did it, and I came up with ludicrous ideas. You know how when you go to job interviews, a lot of times they pay you for the distance that you have to travel there? Like, and yeah. Now, smart little old me, huh? I found out a way how I could get to the job interviews in Munich for free, 600 kilometers or so. I would do the job interview, get paid 300 euros for an afternoon, and go back and work on my business plan. Okay. But you know, I don't want that job interviews. While this was fun for some time, that's not really a scalable business. You know? And after a while, I think they would all know me, you know, oh, there's this guy again, trying to convert him here to just make a living. So I had to come up with something else, and I tried things, and in the end, my friend Bastian, who I was meeting all the time back then, he asked me, hey Thomas, do you want to join me in my business? He had his first client, and I thought, this guy would be a great mentor. I can learn a lot from him. And this is learning number one for maybe a lot of you. Try to go with people who are already on the way and try to learn from them, imitate them, like be on their tail, observe them, and copy them until you can do what they do. And he asked me to build a business with him. And the good thing about him was, he was the one, he had given me the 4-Hour Workweek. So we had the same kind of vision, and we thought, okay, we don't want to become rich, we want to become wealthy. And wealthy in the sense that we will have enough money to fulfill all our needs and what we want, and have the time to actually do so. And that was how we defined wealth for ourselves. And it was really hard. It was, I don't know, I was sleeping on my desk or beneath my desk, or anyways, I was doing home office, so it didn't matter, but I would just fall asleep on my laptop, hitting the keyboard. And it was like this movie, Groundhog Day. You get up and the days just repeat themselves. That was my life for 5 months or 6 months. So we arrived at the point where we could pay ourselves, but we didn't have any time. No time. No time for girlfriends or any of the fancy stuff that we wanted. And we decided that it was time to go back and automate our business. And this is also part of the 4-hour work week philosophy. And because we knew that it wouldn't be easy and that we kind of had to force ourselves, it was again outside of our comfort zone to tell someone else to do the work and like remove yourself from it, we set a date. And I said, okay, in 1 month from now, I'm going to fly to Brazil and go on a road trip, and I won't be here anymore. So my business better be working without me, or otherwise it will be crash and burn. And that's what we did, and we happily retired. Okay, that's not Bastion on the left side. It's at the age of 24, I went to Brazil, and I kind of achieved my 4-hour work week lifestyle dream. And then it's time for chapter 2. And chapter 2 is called Pellets, Poop, and the Plan of Action. And actually, you know, it's not that you really retire. I think Tim Ferriss works a hell of a lot. He's one of the most productive guys that I can observe from what he shows in output. In Brazil, I started keeping myself educated because I realized I can learn so much from books. And there are 3 books that influenced me a lot. One is The Art of Nonconformity. Who of you has read that? It's really good. Go get it. And then there's Mohammed Yunus, Building Social Business. It's also really good. Go get it. And then there's 3 Cups of Tea. It's about this one guy who built schools in Pakistan. Actually, a lot of them, I think over 50, through his organization. And I was traveling down the Amazon on that boat and chilling by that beach in Jericoacoara. Marcus and Philip, they also know that they have their DNX camp there. And I was giving this one guy up there with the yellow shirt, I was starting to give him microcredit, just to try out new things. Because this idea of social business and helping others to start something was so exciting to me. And he would start selling fruit salad on the beach. While that was also not a business that I actually started, it was like small experiments, and it was already planting seeds in my mind of what I would like to do in my later life. So back in Berlin, I just recently reviewed my list of goals, and it said start a social business or social cause like building hospitals or building toilets or building schools, and do an intercontinental ride on a motorbike or a cycle. So back in Berlin, one night, I sat in front of Google Maps and I came up with an idea. Actually, if you're looking for adventures, Google Maps is a great source of inspiration. Just pick any 2 points on the planet, really anywhere. Just go like this, there and there, you know? And then you have your adventure. Now you just decide on the means of transport. So for me it was Berlin, India, and a bicycle. So that's what we wanted to do. And also, I wanted to connect it to my dream and my ambition to build like something social around it, a social business or charity or something. So, click. Okay. And the cause was actually building toilets, and building toilets in India. Why toilets? That's actually a good question. I didn't grow up with the dream of getting into the toilet business, really. But in India there are 600 million people without toilets. It's one of the main causes of child mortality. Girls, when they get into the age of menstruation, they have to leave school because there are no toilets in schools. So it's actually, you know, there's this trickle-down effect. When you're thinking about pooping and going to the toilet, normally you're not like, that's such a big issue. Yeah, it's not because we all have a toilet. If you don't have a toilet, if you didn't have a toilet in your home, would start feeling pretty weird, I think, within, after lunch at least. Coffee, morning coffee. Okay, and worldwide is even a bigger problem. So it was just, okay, we can actually have an impact. So I was still in Berlin, and I thought, okay, who can help us do this? So I Googled, and there is a German toilet organization. So I went right over to them and asked them, hey, guys, do you have expertise in toilets? They said, yes. Do you know someone that has expertise in toilets in India? They said, yes. And then they put us in touch with them. And this is how we came up with this project site. And they suggested that we should build our ecological, our waterless toilets in this village. Because it's a pretty dry area, so we don't have a lot of water. So our concept of having ecologically friendly, waterless toilets made a lot of sense. Now let me check my time. Oh la la. And I like, even if it's politically incorrect, I like that little fact you are running for it there. And you know what? There's a learning behind it, because we have these dreams and these ambitions, and I felt super excited sitting in front of my laptop and saying, India, Germany, India, bicycle, you know? But then, if you do not act on your dream, they will be gone. They will just be in that dream graveyard, maybe. And I challenge you, that's another of one of the takeaways, to put urgency behind important things that are not intrinsically urgent. You know, so, for example, reading a book, it's not urgent. You can read it tomorrow, no one will slap you if you don't read it today, but it could change your life. Looking forward from today, 10 years from now, could maybe make the difference between you working a job that you don't like or doing what you love to do. So I try to put urgency behind my dream, just the same evening, posting it out to Facebook. Hey people, I'm going to India on a bicycle. And the comments were, you idiot, crazy dude, you're never going to do that, my brother. You're not even going to make it to Poland, even if you tried hard. I met there was one guy, a journalist, I told him the story, he said, I can do to Cottbus, you know, which is in East Germany, and you will not make it much further. But I put urgency behind it, because it would have been very embarrassing to only to stop at the Polish border. And this is where the journey took us. Once you start communicating where you want to go, and people start seeing that you're really serious about this thing, and that you're actually crazy, and then they start supporting you, and they start joining you. And I underestimated how easy it is to get people on your side once you're really enthusiastic about something. So I for example, Moshimi, she joined us ride, and she cycled with us to Iran and then flew to India. You know, I met her and a friend at a train station. That's how we met. Her friend was smiling at me, and we talked, and we changed numbers, and kept in contact. And she invited me to a party. I told her, probably I was a bit drunk. I told her, Moshimi, you know so much about India. I'm going to cycle there. And she said, no way. I said, do you want to join? You know, like, yeah, she's not going to join. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to join. I'm like, what? Okay, so be careful who you ask to join your team. No, she's a really cool chick, so it was a lot of fun. But you know, when you're out there and like brimming with energy and you're all excited, people want to join you. It's easier than you think. You just have to commit yourself. So we were 4 people traveling to India, and this is how it used to work. You know, the other were still sleeping. I would zip down my sleeping bag, get out my laptop, and start working, hacking on a blog article. You know, I was so proud of being a digital nomad. And actually, if you traveling is pretty cheap, and it's a cheap education as well, because if you're on a bicycle all day, you have lots of time. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. That was a rolling university for me. I would read a book while cycling, learning Turkish. I would read a bunch of business audiobooks. I would listen to them actually, and spiritual books. So after the journey, I think I had consumed almost 40 books in 5.5 months. That's a pretty good score, I think. And then another thing, I still like to be productive. I kind of celebrate it. It's silly, but I liked it. So I would cycle ahead from Moshimi because she was a bit slower than most of us, and I would see just that small point at the distance, and I thought, okay, now it's time. So I would stop, get on my laptop, write my 100 words, you know, in the next blog article, and then when she passed me by, I would fold it down again and go with it again. I think you can follow. Pretty stupid, you know, but yeah. So another learning. People everywhere are pretty similar. They want to live a fulfilled life, and they want to see their children grow up. And actually, in countries where I was at least a bit concerned how they would be received there. People were super friendly. In Iran, you can hardly go 3 or 5 kilometers without someone saying, hey, stop, come in for a tea, you know? So, another takeaway, go to these countries, explore these countries, because there are not so many tourists there. And when you go there, you will be received much more openly than in many other countries where like you have tourists by the truckload, you know, there's other tourists. So that was a really great experience. This guy, he filmed the entire tour, and he made documentaries about him, and we showed them on Arte and RTL, German television stations. And we were raising funds, and in the end, after 5.5 months, we had raised about 35,000 euros to build toilets, and actually we didn't need that much money, so actually later on we started on a second project. Those are the toilets in India. It was just so outlandish, you know, and the people, they're really nice, they're really thankful for this project there. And every time we go there, they start like a small celebration. It's kind of weird, you know, after a while you would tell them, okay, please don't celebrate again because I was here yesterday, you know. Keep the champagne bottles in the fridge, maybe you need it for some other guests, you know. Okay, and those were the results, the toilets, and for us it was not a one-time project, and we built them and we left, but we've been there several times since then and interviewing again after 1 year to make sure that it's actually had a positive impact and that we can start rolling out these kind of projects and move on to some more ambitious goals in the sanitation field. And they're really happy because now they use the urine on their fields and they have higher yields on their fields and they can sell more in the marketplace, they have a higher income, and yeah, it was just so great to make this contribution. So, but this is not the happy end, I'm sorry, because if you fish and there's a bait and you're hooked, then you do the same thing again, right? If you're hooked, you cannot stop. So we thought, okay, that was fun, the bicycle ride, let's do this again. But let's hitchhike, why not? Go to India again because we were lazy. So we hitchhiked to India. Me and Johan, you see me there at Frankfurter Allee with this India sign, you know? Someone, take me to India. It was really weird. We left Berlin in the wrong direction, you know, we made a huge detour. We're so bad, such amateurs. That was fun. And same thing again, you know, you meet great people, and with a bicycle you can always choose your direction, even if you go slow. But with hitchhiking, it's where they are going. And you know, at the time, there you face rejection. People do not even really reject you, but you say, no, I'm paying, I'm going in a different direction. But you get so into the rhythm of asking people for help. It's a good exercise, so hitchhike maybe. Another takeaway. Yeah, some unexpected things happened. Like we were kicked out because one of our drivers, he had a stroke in Kazakhstan, and then they kicked us out in the middle of the night behind this police container there, and we camped next to this construction machine in the morning, and in the night, one of the police officers, he called us, and I thought, oh man, you know, because normally I don't like uniform guys so much, I thought now it's bakshish time, you know? But no, he gave us 2 big watermelons, you know, as a present, and yeah, just so overwhelming in a way. And this time we hitchhiked to India to build toilets for a school where 400 school children didn't have functional toilets that were functioning, or they were functioning with water, but then they didn't have water. So we started installing new solutions for them, and this is the result. The crazy fellas again. Happy new toilet. I think that was New Year's. Yeah. Happy new toilet to all of you. Chapter 3: Social business side effects. Shit by the truckloads. You know, the initial intent was not just to do charity stuff, but to build a social business. And when we were in India, we thought, okay, we're going back to Germany, so it's not going to be so easy to build a social business when we're in Germany, and we want to do it in India. Now we hired people in India who are trying to build something there. We thought, okay, let's start with Germany. And we had to think outside of the box, or outside of the toilet. And the question was, what can we do in Germany that would still be related to our project? And then maybe we can even take profits from our eco-toilet or from our project in Germany to fund our humanitarian mission abroad. And the idea was to rent out ecological toilets to festivals. Who of you has ever been to a festival? Okay, now tell me truthfully. How did you like the toilets there? Alright. Yeah, I love them. No, because toilets at most festivals are pretty dirty and they're chemistry toilets. And you know, I talked to a lot of people and for them it was a huge pain. Like, they would go to festivals but only 1 or 2 days and then you say, okay, I need to go back home, I need to shower, I need to poop. Sorry, it's getting harder. I've talked myself into rage here. So we thought, okay, let's rent out ecological toilets to festivals. And this is what we did. This is what we did. This is our first job. And it was a 50% fail because we were supposed to deliver 2 toilets. But our logistics were so messed up that even with just 2 toilets, we forgot some critical parts and we were only to set up 1. So that was our first job. A pretty good start. It was fun. It was raining. No one used our toilet. But we thought, that was kind of cool. Like, but we've evolved a little bit since then. It was almost, now 1.5 years. And from the 2 toilets, we went to 115 now. And we're renting out toilets. It's really interesting. And there are people, I don't even know which kind of festivals we serve anymore because they are all over the place. And people drive there like, I don't even know all of the team members anymore because Sven, he keeps hiring people for festivals. It's crazy. Sven is the guy that likes to stick his head out of the toilet. I think how am I with the time? Ooh, wow, not bad. I caught up hitting the speed limit. Now I want to go into the top 10 learnings because I know you're into this personal development thing. Who likes this personal development thing? Okay, cool. Top 10 learnings from this. First of all, I think that our dreams or our inspiration, our enthusiasm is made for us. You know, my brother was so inspired to build this freaking tunnel to the US, and why not? Just acknowledge or accept that if you have a dream, it's for you and you can decide to act on it. And just go for it. If you think that it's worth doing it, if you're enthusiastic about it, do it. Try it. Fail, learn through it, evolve. It's just great. And I just put these seedlings here because sometimes, a small plant, you put it there and it becomes this giant tree and you cannot make this connection between the seedling and the giant tree, but they are the same. Or, they stem from the same root, and just through evolving, they can actually become so big and even last over thousands of years. So I think that's a great inspiration to think about your own dreams and also thinking big if you want to. The second learning, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Who of you has already built a business? Okay. Who of you wants to start his business? Okay, and of those, who is scared out of his mind that he would fail or something? None, okay. Just start testing the waters and just make the first step. Cycling to India, back then, it was like outside of my kind of, I couldn't even imagine how it would be. Just like, okay, we cycle to India, and you just take the first step, and you cycle the first kilometer. And also then, we didn't know how to get out of Berlin. It's pretty embarrassing. I had my phone, and the internet didn't work, so we had to ask passengers, hey, how do we get out of Berlin? We want to cycle to India. Good luck, brother. You fools. But eventually you will get there. You learn on the way. Then, you cannot read this. It's too bad. I'm gonna read it out to you. It's your life is the adventure. Time. Your life is the adventure, and you're free to choose an adventure today. Make today an adventure. We're just kind of scratching on the surface because we're so entrenched in our ways and how we live every day. But you can make this a freaking adventure. My good friend here, she texted me this morning. Thomas, I'm on the train to the DNX. I didn't buy a ticket. I was so scared. For her that was an adventure. I know another friend, she does that all the time. Runs from the guys that want to see a ticket. Just make the day into an adventure. But seriously, it's up to you to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, really. Okay, next one. Prepare for the silent songs. There will always be people who tell you that it's not possible, that it doesn't make sense. A lot of times, those are friends and family, and they care for you. Of course, they love
but they are not, maybe, possibly they are not where you want to go. So let them talk their minds, but then ask someone for advice that is actually where you want to go, that has already traveled the path. So prepare for that and just ignore it, ignore it in a nice way, not say, Mama, you don't know about what you're talking about, but just let her talk. Next slide. Oh yeah. Now, I think it's very important to know your why. First of all, why do you want to start a business? Maybe you want to have more free time, more time for your children, this and that. And also, why you want to do this kind of business, how you can help people. I said that in the beginning. And for me, it was very important, first of all, to know why I went into the first business with Bastian. It was important for him to know that as well. Because we were not working the entire time. After we went to Brazil, we almost didn't work on our business anymore. And when I cycled to India, I also needed to know that it was not always easy. My friend Johan, he left for Brazil, so I was out of the cameraman and started fiddling with the camera, and I'm like, okay, now I'm the producer. And one evening, my ex-girlfriend, she called me, and said, call your mom, and my mom told me that my brother had just died in a motorcycle accident. And I was shocked, and I thought, okay, should I continue this journey? What do you do? But then I realized something important, that my brother would have understood my why I'm doing this, and why I'm on this journey, why I want to go to India, why I want to help people, why I want to inspire other people. And he would have understood this, so I decided to keep going. And so it was very critical for me knowing my why, even knowing my why of being on the stage. And not in Bali, in Hamburg. Because it's so great here. So know your why. Learning number 6, we're almost through. You have the power to change your trajectory. Shooting that cannon, just adjusting it by 1 centimeter maybe, can lead to the projectile landing kilometers off or directly hitting the target. So just know that what you do today, what you make important and urgent today, has a power to influence where you will be in 5 years or 10 years. And choose your allies. And choose cool allies. And choose people that uplift you and that are positive. And in this motivation, I think you always have, I don't know, birds of a feather clubbed together or something like this. But I really can say that it makes a huge impact on who you surround yourself with and what kind of environments you choose. And if you choose to be around other people who also want to start a business and live in a certain way, it's just so much more fun. Butterfly effect. Also talking about impact, you are making an impact today. If today you took the train and you smiled at someone, you might have a very big impact on their day, and because they might carry that into their homes and pass it on to their children. So small things and spreading positive energy with whatever you do can make a huge impact. Do you know the butterfly effect thing? Yeah, a butterfly flapping his wing in Berlin Neukölln can create thundercloud in Alabama. This kind of thing. So it has an impact and it's all connected. Number 9, I'm almost through, is look for leaps. After I've been in Brazil for a while, I just wasn't hungry anymore. Hungry in the sense that I wanted to achieve anything, and it was nice, but then you think, okay, where's the next thing? So I started looking for leaps. Where is outside of my comfort zone? Where can I develop myself? And where can I go? Where will I learn something? And it just doesn't stop. So you can always look for new leaps, whatever it is. This one was, don't take yourself too serious. Be able to laugh at yourself. If you can do that, take your business serious sometimes, but then zoom out. Zoom out like maybe to Mars and look at Earth and say, this little person that wants to do this business and take himself so serious, hilarious. No, just laugh at yourself and don't take yourself too serious. And my question to you in this final exercise is, what would you do if you could not fail, if you were 100% certain that you would succeed, if there were like a guarantee, and you had no fear and no doubts, and you would know that it's possible and that for you to achieve this, Actually, I look at this question every day and it reminds me of what I really want to do if there's no fear in me. And maybe there is fear, but I allow myself to write that down. And just take a picture of that and put it on your bathroom mirror and read it out to you every morning. But for me, this question has been powerful and fun and good to ask, and a lot of things I wouldn't have done without this question. Oh, sorry, this guy, go for the leap and do your thing. I just like that picture, I'm sorry. And live your life as an adventure, make a difference, and if you can read this upside down, you can catch me for a drink later and ask questions, and thank you very much.